Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is Kendall in Northwest Louisiana, Zone 8B. Today, I'm actually just came home during my lunch break to eat some leftover dinner, which was pineapple pulled pork sandwiches, and it was amazing. So I knew that today I was going to be coming back home, but I just wanted to show a little bit of our setup. Right now, I'm outside at our rabbit hutches. And we currently have all New Zealand's. We have 3 males. We were supposed to only have 2, and one of the females that we had purchased was supposed to be a female, and then I didn't check. I probably should have, but whenever we were just letting her out, she kept going, and with our rabbit tractor, she kept going and just all about the ladies that were in the rabbit tractor. And I wasn't exactly sure what the deal was, but then she was out one day with one of the males, and we just wanted to see, what they would do, because sometimes they just, they're probably going to try to hump or, and that's going to happen. They're too young. But this one just fought back and ran off, and we thought it was really odd, so I picked her up, and then I looked and I was like, okay, Ruby, you are not a Ruby, you are a male, and you are a Rudy. So we had to switch the name and everything. So now we have 3 males, and then we have 3 females. And we have one that's black, and my husband named her Black Betty, and she is in here with her kit. And she ended up having 2. It was her second litter, and only one made it. This was right when here in Louisiana, it was right when the old Snowmageddon happened in February. So that's what she has right now. And then in our next one, we have old Leroy Jenkins, and he is our male. He was the first male we got whenever we started doing rabbits. We purchased 2 females and 1 male, and they were both New Zealand whites with red eyes, and it got to the point where we wanted more colors. So then we finally reached out to some people, but trying to get rabbits here where we live, you have to go at least 2 hours away to actually find someone. So it's actually been kind of nice, because when it comes to the point of, hey, if anyone wants a baby, then there's really nothing around here, especially if people want them as pets and everything else. And then the next one, we have Miss Chloe. My oldest named her Chloe, and this was her first litter, and she actually had 10, and she's a chocolate New Zealand. And there's Miss Chloe. We need to clean out their hutches. And then here are her babies. They just started opening their eyes over the weekend, and she's got some pretty colors in there. And they're just now starting to hop out a little bit, and we're just trying to make sure that they're gonna be they'll be safe and everything whenever they hop out. And next is Rudy, the one that I said was originally supposed to be a female, and then over the weekend, or within last week, I'm not exactly sure what it was, I'd have to go back and look, we found out that Ruby was no longer a Ruby. Ruby was a Rudy. And this is her, because we wanted to get a red female, but it didn't quite work out, but it's okay. I'm actually we spoke with the guy that we purchased her from, and we're actually going to just swap, and we're waiting on the litter that he has. It'll be ready in about 3 weeks. We're actually going to swap, and we're going to swap Rudy with another red female, and just, to level everything out. And then we have Allie. Allie has had, I think this is going to be her, I think this was her second litter, just like Betty. So we bred Black Betty and Allie around the same time, And this is Miss Allie right there. You can see her. And then she had 9 babies, which was kind of crazy. But the first time that she had a litter, sorry, the bumblebees are a little crazy right now. But the first time she had a first litter, I think there were 7 in there. And this was, the very beginning for us, and we didn't know all the rules when it comes to rabbits. We still don't know everything, but a lot of the stuff we just Google. We try to also watch YouTube videos and everything else also. So we ended up losing some of her babies. We ended up losing 3, and then we were left with 4, and we actually have them 4 meat rabbits. So we actually haven't had a chance to process any of them because, like I said before, there's not a lot of people around here that do anything with rabbits unless they're pets, and so it was kind of came at an advantage. So instead we would just post them, and if anyone wanted to get a rabbit, like majority of the people that ended up buying the rabbits is because they wanted to start their own meat rabbit operation, just like we did when we began with our first 3. So we started rabbits, I believe it was in October. So from getting 2 females and 1 male, we progressed to having 6 rabbits in total. So everything's going pretty well. And normally we keep a male in the rabbit tractor, and we move it around the yard and let them graze. But then when these babies reached 6 weeks old, we decided to go ahead and put them in here so that they, once they're 6 weeks old, they can go out on the grass. So that's what they've been doing. And in the rabbit hutch that they were originally in, I think it was what we build. My husband builds the rabbit hutches a little bit bigger than most people. It's, it's like 3 to 4 feet wide and at least 3 to 4 feet tall. With us, we see it as we want to give them the most comfortable life that we can. Check out Panda in the back. My husband says that when they do that, they're rotten, but you scratch your back, it's okay. But we try to give the rabbits as much room as possible. I see a lot of videos where some people have, the rabbit hutch, like this is the ground, and the rabbit hutch will be like this tall or this tall, and then it's, like 1.5 feet wide. And for me, it just doesn't, it doesn't seem right to me. And the same with my husband. We want to make sure we give them plenty of room, so they have lots of room. And every single day we let out some of the rabbits, and just 1 rabbit at a time, and we will let them hop around the yard. We lived in a fenced-in yard because we live in the suburbs, and we've blocked off anything if we think they can get out and they can't. And we let them hop around the yard every single day. And just like with them in the rabbit tractor, when we move them, we want them to be able to graze. We want them to be kind of like as normal as they can be. And especially if all the grown rabbits that we have, yes, we are using them for production. We're breeding them, and then the babies that they have, we'll either keep them and butcher them, or if someone wants to have a rabbit, then we go ahead and do that. This is Nerd. She is needing attention. So this is the pro for her because our little babies are inside dogs. So whenever if I come home for lunch, then they can go outside and everything. But majority of the time, this little old lady, she's probably about 10 now. This little old lady always wants to be inside. Sometimes when it takes getting her to go outside, she's just not about it. But her baby, Panda, which is 2 of her, she loves to be outside. Even if she's over there, like you clearly, like now, you're like, all right, I think you need to go inside. But yes, ma'am. But I just wanted to show y'all a little bit with our rabbit hutches. We do have another rabbit, Reggie, and he's also on the grass right now. But we had a leftover dog kennel, and he's in there. But the dog kennel is for large dogs like ours, and Reggie is. When we bought him, they said he was 3/4 Flemish Giant and then 1/3 New Zealand. So, and he's red, just like Rudy. So we've bred him once, and we bred him with Black Betty, because you saw Betty in the very beginning and how big her baby is. So around the time they get about 4 weeks, we go ahead and we rebreed the mamas. So that was his first time. So in about 3 weeks or so, like I said, we'll see if he is proven, and it'll be really awesome to see if she ends up having more babies, because she hasn't been having a lot right now, but she's very loved by our kids and by us. So we want to keep trying to make sure things can happen with her. So all right, I need to actually go back to work, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.